It's Data, and today I'm going to be showing you how to draw a relatively basic snow base, right? So I'm going to go ahead and make a new layer. I'm going to go ahead and start a basic round, right? Have just a few lines going towards maybe a central point, not a big deal. And when it comes to doing paintings in general, I tend to like to do the easiest parts first, at least when it comes to developing a scene. In this case, a ground is relatively simple. I mean, it's just a flat surface, which I'm hoping to make into snow or something likewise. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start thinking about a building. Now, because I said this was a basic snow base, I'm going to go ahead and keep the shape of the base relatively simple. Just make it maybe a little bit of a straight surface. So let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and do something like this. Something relatively simple, not that big of a deal. I'm going to go ahead and kind of make that a little bit thinner, like so. There we go. Yeah, it looks fine. Maybe I'll add a little bit of a couple of additions on here. And with this snow base, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some real life applications to it. Maybe a door or a relay or something of the like, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and do that relatively soon. Alright, so this base is taking some good shape. Let's go ahead and add some like guidelines to give it a little bit of a 3D space, right? So I'm going to go ahead and do something like that, just to like tell me that this is the way it is in 3D space. Give it a little bit of an outline. Yeah, that looks pretty solid, relatively solid. I'm going to go ahead, maybe add a little bit of a extra building chunk here. This is going to be the relay center. So I'm going to add, you know, as they would, a little relay dish thing. There you go. Okay. Some lines there as well, not a big deal. And I think I'm going to go ahead and also maybe add some like pipelines or tubing or something like that to the bottom, right? Because it's going to be a little snow base. They need to get their heat or resources somewhere. Just going to go ahead and just put that in there. And I guess I'll also add a few windows, right? I like to try to picture myself in the scene when I'm doing these paintings. Like what kind of application it would serve? How would it look if I were looking at some kind of snow base? And a lot of that has to do with doing actual research, looking up, you know, bases in Antarctica or something else. Or like bases in isolated places. It's pretty good when it comes to doing stuff like this, doing your research. Anyways, we got a nice little relay here. We got a nice little top right there. I guess I could just be a little bit of a place where the smoke comes out or something like that. And I'm going to go ahead and let's just do one more big thing. And I'm going to add a door for easy exit, easy entrances. This could be a door for a person or a spaceship or anything. And I say that because we haven't actually set the scale of this. A spaceship, we could make a spaceship this big, kind of going through there. Or we could make a person that big, kind of like that size. Right now I think I'll go with a spaceship just because it looks kind of cool. Actually, I don't even think we'll draw that in there, to be quite frank. Maybe I'll go ahead and add a person. So I'm going to go ahead and erase some of this background right here and just make sure I'm recording and everything's solid. Yeah. I'm going to add a person right here. It's very, very simple, very just locked in last minute. Okay, give him a gun so I don't have to draw his body. Okay, give him the lower part right there. Go ahead and fix his head a little bit because I feel like his head was a little bit too big. Still is. Alright, Alright, that'll work. So go ahead and this will be his chest armor thing right there. Alright, that's pretty okay. Pretty good. Go ahead and come a couple dots here. This will be maybe a door where they enter. Add some steps maybe. Alright, we're ready to start painting. So just like with my last piece, I think I'm just going to go ahead and use this actual line art or make it part of the painting, I would say. So I'm going to go ahead and set the mood. This, as I said, this will be a snowy area, so I'm going to go with a lot of blues and whites, that kind of mood. So we go ahead Alright, that's a decent color for what it is. And for this actual building, I was thinking about going for more of a grayish tone. Reason being is that, what is this set to, 80? Alright. Reason being is that it would be kind of nice if it were high contrast with the snow. Have this really like big, nice, like black building. Kind of show it's, or be the what am I saying here? Have this nice black building oppose all this like white, nice, light snow. It would make a little bit of a visual impact, I would say. So I'm going to go ahead, just do some simple blocking in. Alright. So the reason I chose these colors is because they're relatively neutral. And I don't mean in the case of colors like in the case of like saturation of like bright reds or really like saturated blues. I'm talking more in the likes of it's neutral in that I can add lights to this and darks to this relatively easy. Sometimes you might want to go directly light, kind of like how I did with the blue. Sometimes you might want to go relatively dark right away, but I tend to go for more neutral colors you can kind of add onto and build on top of. So I'm going to go ahead and just going to block those out a little bit right there. You can always make it darker. So go ahead like that. And let's do this right quick. Block in this little man. Maybe we could add a snowman in this. Maybe we could add that to the final piece or something similar, right? That'd be kind of cute. Let's go ahead. There he is. Little person right here. Alright, so let me go ahead. Everything's pretty set. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to just throw a couple wild colors in there. Add maybe a little bit of this blue towards the actual center. Yeah, some blue towards the center. Maybe I'll add some yellow or red or something like high contrast right here. So I'll add a red right here to kind of contrast with the snow. You know, just as I said I would add black to contrast with the snow, I'm gonna add red too. So we'll have a double contrasting building, I guess you could say. There we go. Got some good stuff going on here. Do we want red over there? Sure, we'll just add a little bit right there to balance it. Yeah, this should be pretty okay so far. That's pretty good. Alright, so let me just take a moment and think. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit more of a darker push. I'm gonna pick it more on the blue side, simply because I want to keep the tone kind of the same. You know, this is a snowy environment, so you might as well keep some snowy tones to it, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and start blocking in some of these more interesting values like that. Go ahead, do that, boom, boom. Okay. Yeah, it's turning out pretty okay so far. I might have wanted to choose a little bit of a darker tone to kind of overlay all this with, but it's still doing okay. As I said, we can always add darker values. It's not a big deal. It's doing pretty good for itself though. We got some nice little things going on here. I'm gonna go ahead and add some darkness up there. It's a satellite dish, so it'll probably be dark up there because the sun's in the sky, more than likely. Or there's no sun at all. I mean, think about it. We're in a snowy environment, snowy tundra. You know, yeah, I bet you could barely see the sun sometimes. Not on this one though. This one will be more of a bright piece, I'd say. All right, so things are going good so far. We got some solid foundations going on right here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take a little bit of a wild push here, and I'm going to kind of carve this into the snow. It's a little bit more of an improvised move, but I think it'll pay off in the end because it'll be, you know, be interesting to see that the snow is just not one big uniform body. It has a little bit of curvature to it, a little bit of a complexity to it, I guess you could say. So let me go ahead. Probably asking why am I making all the snow all gray. I'm probably going to go overhead and add like a lot of light to it a little bit later. As of now though, that's not my biggest concern. Alright. maybe I'll add these pipelines as well. Just kind of keep adding on top of it. Yeah, it's turning out in relatively okay shape. We got a nice little snow fortress thing going on here. It's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, that works. Alright, let me take a moment and look back at this. Make sure everything's okay. Yeah, it's pretty solid. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of a darker push on this top part. Right, I probably could have done this in the beginning, to be quite frank, but you know, you live and you learn. As I said earlier in the video, sometimes it's a better idea to just plain go darker or go lighter, and this is probably one of those times. Right. Okay. We'll get those windows back in. There we go. Little indication. All right. It's taking some decent shape. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead. Add some darkers right there. I'm gonna fix my Pandora right quick. Don't mind that. Okay. Oh, still listening. Pandora asks me that every 15 minutes. What are you gonna do, I guess? All right. So let's go ahead and let's block in that guy a little bit more. Looks like he's been getting a little neglected. Okay. Pretty good. Alright, yeah, let's take it some good shape. This guy's gun is a bit goofy though. It's just a bit out of the ordinary. What are you gonna do though? We'll make it work. Maybe we'll add a little bit of something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to like separate the legs. I have a little bit of interest over there. Might not be able to happen though. Nah, it'll be okay. Alright. Now this guy's gonna be a bit wild. Alright, it's taking some decent shape. Sorry you guys can't listen to Pandora. YouTube will throw red flags at me, especially with their new YouTube Heroes program. It's a little more like YouTube Villains. What do I know though? I'm not too much into YouTube politics and such. Alright, anyways. Let's go ahead and start adding that good detail, or start pushing some more detailed aspects of this painting. So let's go ahead, that'll be more of a detailed part of it. Like that. Okay. Here, let's go ahead and just redo these windows. Right, just make them sharp, make them small, like they originally intended to be. Right. Okay. All right. Not too bad. Windows don't really match each other, but what are you gonna do? All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going like that. I think that's way too black for what we're trying to do, so I'm gonna go ahead and go back on that a little bit. That might be okay. You know, let's just leave it there. That's fine. We can live with it in case it goes wrong. We'll find a way past it. All right, let's keep going. How long have we been going on here? Let me find out. Only 13 minutes. That's pretty good actually. I think my other one was around 40 minutes actually. Then again, we were kind of at the same point in time when it came to like the steps involved to making a painting. At least my steps involved. Let's put it that way. But things are going pretty good. Pretty good right now. Right now it's just adding tiny details, little additions, stuff like that, right? And of course we'll get into the details soon enough. I'm thinking about a way to implement snow on top of this building or anything like that. There has to be a way, because that would be kind of lame if we didn't have any snow on this building. I might not be able to get to that in this video per se, but I'll definitely have it done in the finished product when I upload it to my blog. And if you guys want to check out my blog, it's in my little channel thing where it shows like your links to your other websites and such, right? I think that's my only one, so I guess you can't go wrong. You can't guess because there's only one choice. Alright, so keep going. maybe we'll block in and make this a little bit lighter like that. And maybe we'll make this a bit lighter as well. Not 100% sure. It's taking some decent shape though. I'll give it props for that. Alright, it's not bad. Okay, let's go ahead and I'm going to sharpen this top right here. Okay. I don't know, maybe we can add a little, okay, never mind. We'll have to, I found out that the holder sketch is on its own layer. Alright. Probably not going to touch that too much yet. Alright. Taking some good shape. Got a good little base going on here. Let's go ahead and add some sharper dark lines. Okay, hold on a moment. Like that. Does that work for us? I'd say so. For now. Alright, that doesn't work too well. Let's just stop it right there. That's not working for me. Alright. Okay. Go ahead and add those little ends that we actually tried before, but I kind of painted over. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Maybe we could do something of a similar thing to these little windows here. Kind of add a continuous theme of some sort, right? And to these little windows over here. We didn't really detail too much. Okay, that looks fine. All right. We might not add lines across this whole building yet, but we can definitely add some vertical ones to surrounding areas to give it a little bit of more of a sharper appeal. So let's go ahead and do that like that. We got a couple of these little lines right here. Okay. Okay. Okay, have some little dark hues over here, some little bunches. Some of like maybe we can have a lot of little like mechanical and crazy stuff happening here. So we can add a lot of like little silhouettes on top of silhouettes, they might say. Yeah, that works. A little darkness pushes right there. Maybe you'll implement something relatively similar in our building. Right, maybe we'll go ahead and do something like this. A little bit of improvising, always fun, right? Okay. We still got to make sure there's a door by the end of this though, because if we don't, then that's just going to be a little bit of a stranger design. Definitely less relatable. Go ahead and we'll add some little dark silhouettes here. Reason being, they're easy to add and they add complexity relatively fast. Maybe we'll go ahead and add an addition here as well. And don't worry, we'll add a sky more than likely. At least, yeah, I hope so. In this video, we'll get to it. Okay. Go ahead and on top of this plaque, I'm going to go ahead and add these some gray attachments because that's the it's the actual theme of the building is a more gray style to it. Maybe it's metallic. Who knows? I should know because I'm painting it. But we'll be okay. Okay. this is all part of the creative process, right? You experiment a little bit, you make happy accidents, and you try to learn. So I'm going to go ahead, and on top of this, I'm going to add a little bit of a highlight, as if the sun's kind of hitting it at a certain angle, maybe. Go ahead and do something of this kind as well, because there can be more than one platform here. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. And we'll go ahead and do that for up here as well. Just to have some kind of third dimension to it. And we can't forget about our little red side, can we? There we go. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty solid. All right. All right. So, we'll have something like that. Okay, this will be also its own little floor or level or something of the sort. Maybe that will be like a little pathway that they exit and then they walk over here. As of now, you know, it's still got a little bit of work to be done to it for sure, definitely. But at least it's taking some shape. We got a nice little thing going on here, nice little tower going on here. To balance it out, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of a addition over here as well. I feel like it could deserve just that. And our little guy right here is a bit getting a bit blocked out, is he? We'll go ahead and detail him out really soon. Let me go ahead and add a little bit of a lighter push for the snow right here. In fact, it would probably just be better to burn it, or at least add the burn tool to it, in case we didn't want to screw it up or anything like that. Alright, let's go ahead. Let's add some snow. Snow's not too bright, but we'll be sure to add some brightness to it for sure. In fact, it looks kind of similar to the top of these platforms we did. Maybe that could be where the snow is. I mean, it would make sense, because it's snow. What are you going to do? Alright, I'm going to go just add a couple dabs here, because it's snow, as I said. So what are you going to do about it? And go ahead and do something like that. Add a little bit of some snowy edges to it, possibly. Alright, let me go ahead and whoop. Okay. Okay, boop, boop. Alright, that sounds pretty okay. Go ahead and add some more snow. This will be our snow push. Make it sharp. The edges, that is. That'll be where the stairs are, the steps, right? And we can also have steps kind of going up here as well. Why are they 2x2s? I don't know, but they kind of give that good impression that there's some kind of steps going on here, right? Hopefully. Alright, so it's starting to take some good shape. We got a nice little building going on here. We got a nice little shape philosophy going on here. You go ahead and add a couple dots as if there's some little additions here. So dot 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 dot. I don't know if you guys can see this on this stream, or not stream, but upload or video, because I'm pretty sure I'm recording it in 1080p. I'm not 100% sure though. So let's go ahead and dot 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 dot. That's some little dots. Maybe we can add a little dot right there, and a dot right there, as if that's where you enter. Add a little dot right there and there, as if that's where you enter. We'll go ahead and we'll start blocking in this poor fellow who got neglected most of the time. Hold on one more moment. I'm gonna add some little snow pushes right here as well. Okay. Maybe we'll add like a sharp rock somewhere. Not even a rock, it's a clump of snow. Who am I kidding? That looks a bit weird. Okay, one more thing. Doot, 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 doot. Okay. Alright, so good. there. Alright, now I'm gonna finally get to this guy. Painting people isn't really my favorite thing to do. Of course, it's absolutely necessary in most cases. Because they're people, right? They kind of run our world. Let me go ahead and block this guy in. I don't know where his head went, honestly, so bear with me here as I find his head. Something like that, maybe? Okay, so... Alright, it's a bit of a wild silhouette, but we'll make it work. Select inverse. So far, the base is coming around relatively well, though. We still have our door, actually, if you've noticed. So that's pretty solid. Alright, so let me go ahead. I'm going to add a little bit of more of an atmospheric blue to it. Okay. Wasn't supposed to happen. Let's inverse that. Okay. Maybe it's a little bit too heavy. We can maybe a little less heavy with that. Okay. And while we're here, let's go ahead and add a little bit of a dark push. A bit of a value push here. Just speed things up a little bit maybe. Alright, he looks more like a ghost, but that's okay because we're going to be fixing that up. Let me just take a moment here and look at this. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to do a value push kind of soon, which is fine, which is all good. Alright, let's go ahead and select the same brush we've been using this whole video, actually. Start blocking in some additions to them. I don't know what happened to this arm right here. No clue, no clue. We'll figure it out though. It'll be okay. Okay. So maybe we'll change that to 10. Just for the sake of it. Okay. Trying to add like some Trying to add some kind of shoulder guard here. Something similar to it. And maybe we'll just block in arm here. Yeah, this guy's gonna be a tough one. Not the best work I've had or I've done. What are you gonna do though? Alright, so this will be the top of the gun. Alright, there we go. Okay, there we go. I mean, it's the beginning of something. It's a little cute little gun here, right? Alright, I don't know about that addition right there, but everything else seems to be doing okay, relatively okay. Let's go ahead and add some more additions here for our little big soldier that we don't know what to do with. And then we'll have a little arm down here, make that a little bit darker so it just pops out a little bit more. This will be like one of his arms more than likely, right? Okay, maybe we'll add a little bit of a gun addition here. Alright. Alright, so making some solid additions here. We got a little guy standing here. Not the best soldier in the world, but he's serviceable. He takes up some room. He serves the basic purpose of adding a person here. How about that? And once we add eyeballs, which we'll do right now. Okay, maybe not so easy. Maybe we'll add a little bit of a Eskimo mask or something. Not even Eskimo mask. It looks more like a scuba mask. It's kind of funny. What are you gonna do though? Maybe we'll add a little bit of a face mask like this. And then you can have like little things around it. Okay. Guy looks definitely a bit wild. me think about this. Maybe there's a way to fix him because he looks a bit goofy. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of a leap of faith here. I'm gonna cut back his arm length by a lot. Actually, I gotta deselect all that. Hold on. Okay, let me just take a chunk out of this guy. The big chunk, actually. There's going to be a huge chunk we're going to take out of this guy. There we go. Deselect that. And I'll go ahead and redraw his arm and everything like that. Alright, that's a big, it's a goofy bottom part of an arm right there. Try to fix that again. Or fix it in the first place. Alright, go ahead and change his head a little bit because it's a bit bigger than his body because of that move we just did. Alright, this gun is not looking really big. Alright, so I go ahead and I'll block that out, and then I'll go ahead and block in his other arm right quick. Definitely something I wasn't planning for. Should have planned out that guy better. Oh well, what can you do? Alright, you know what's gonna happen here? This guy's not working. I'm gonna have to block him out completely. It's just not working. I don't know what it is. Something's not happening here. How many seconds am I overdue? 31. Alright. Alright, this one will probably be a bit longer than my last one. Whether that's good or bad, you can decide. Alright, no guy. If you look at my blog, you can see that I can do them, but it didn't work out this time. I can tell you that for sure. Silhouette wasn't strong enough. Okay, which is fine. We'll go ahead and we'll improvise this area out a little bit. We'll go ahead and maybe add that spaceship instead. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that instead. I don't know, no guy for today. What are you gonna do though? We'll do a guy next painting. More than likely. I can't promise that because I don't actually have my next painting planned out. But if there is a way I can do it, like it's a ground scene or something similar, then hey, I'll try it out. I'm gonna go ahead and add little lines down there, little lines up there. Okay. We can add a tinier guy. How about that? Not a total loss. There's a little snow rock. So, yeah, there you go. Okay. Let's just make it plain black, right? Because we got a lot of black. Actually, it's not actually that black. Who am I kidding? Alright, there we go. Go ahead and add some red maybe on top of that. Maybe add some like red dots right there because it's all part of this bigger structure. Okay, gonna go ahead and add a little bit of a boom boom push right there. Man, that black blob was not working. Something was just not working with that guy. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's draw a little, or at least block in a relay tower a little bit more. Right now, it's the easiest part of the painting. You're just blocking in some parts of it, essentially. So, yeah, there we go. Go ahead and we'll add a little bit of a radar push. Still can't. I can't remove that one because it's on the older layer. What are we gonna do? I guess it's fine. I'll probably remove it a bit later. Okay. Alright, let's keep going. Alright. Dum dum dum. There we go. Alright, looks good. A couple dots there just to show that it's expanding or something of the sort. This will be our nice little door. It'll work. Let's go ahead and we'll add a little bit of a, be one of those futuristic like blue doors you can kind of like go through. Right. Be some kind of futuristic base. We can add that like there. Go ahead and a couple dots right here. Actually, that wouldn't work too well. How about we add them right here, where they're kind of needed. These are windows. I mean, they could be glowing windows. That's fine. Where did that one? There was a third one here. Oh, it probably got covered up. That's fine. All right, let's take some decent shape. Let's go ahead and we gotta add some tinier detail pushes. Okay. Some just like some little outline stuff like that. Not a big deal. So we can go ahead and have one here. Pretty good. Okay. All right, that works. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that works. All right, let's go ahead and do something similar over here just to keep up with consistency. Yeah, that works. Add a couple dots here. This is just a lot of little detail work, that's all. Okay. We definitely want to add some little snow effects here because it's in the snow, as we all know. Okay, like so. Make that mostly snow, why not? We can add a little bit of snow effects here, some little texture for snow. Okay, add some snow over here as well. Okay, it's pretty good. There we go. Add some little just texture, very quick texture, very easy, very quick. But it's gonna do wonders. It's gonna make it look snowy, right? To a certain extent. All right, so pretty good so far. All right, things are going well. Let's keep going. I haven't forgotten about adding that little guy yet. We'll go ahead, we will do that. Okay, hold on. Okay, like that. That's some little just detail editing right now. Very, very simple work. Okay. Okay. So yeah, looks like it's pretty solid shape. All right. Okay, more additions. There we go. Some more little additions here. It's just, as I said, detail adding and stuff like that. And then at the end, to top it all off, actually we got to do a value push first. We'll add a little person. We'll do a little value push, and that'll be the end of this video. Yeah, it's looking pretty okay. How far are we? 39 minutes actually, not so bad. We're in the same spot we were with that red spaceship. Just about. Alright. maybe I shouldn't compare it to the red spaceship because the red spaceship was pretty long, right? Some darkness like that. Alright. Maybe a little bit of a relay dot right there. Something of that sort, right? Because it could be a little relay thing up there. It looks a bit crappy actually. Let's just make it maybe 1, 2 of them. Alright, a couple more small additions. Just a moment. Yeah, things are turning out pretty solid. Let me go ahead and maybe add some little stuff there. And up there. Alright, and we'll go ahead and add a person. We'll do a bit of a value push, and then we'll be on our merry little way for the time being. So let me go ahead and I'll just add a little bit of some like imperfections in the snow right quick. Alright, that'll work. Okay. Yeah, it looks fine. Maybe we'll do a little bit of a cut right here because we don't really need that much snow out of nowhere. I'm gonna go ahead and add that person. Alright, oops. I have my pen sets where one of the little buttons on it does that, or it brings up my little brush menu, right? Okay. Alright, much tinier than the last guy, but definitely at least he's there, so then there's a plus. Okay. Yeah, there he goes, little tiny dude. So there's like kind of like before and after, definitely much tinier. But hey, what are you gonna do? It just was not turning out the way it needed to be. That's all I can say. Okay, am I still streaming? I hope so. Yeah, I stopped recording on there, so that means I am. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and sharpen the edges a little bit, like so. Alright, go ahead and sharpen those edges as well. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and merge all these layers. I kind of just leave them there just in case like I really want to go back, which doesn't happen that often, but the few times it is makes it worth it. It does happen, I mean. Okay, let's do that. A little more additions. As of now, it's just little additions on top of little addition. Maybe we'll add another guy here. Just a little bit of a bigger guy. Of course, he'll be closer to the camera. Why else would he be a little bigger? Alright, let's go ahead and... Yeah, there we go. Add a little head there. Let's make him a little bit black as well. This guy over here doesn't seem to be have any like real values to him. The valueless man. And we'll add a little bit of a like little yellow dot or something of the sort to kind of like give him a little bit of something to look at there. And we'll go ahead and we can add some yellow dots over here as well, just to make it pop a little bit, right? So, okay. Oh damn, that makes it look much nicer. There you go. Okay. Dot, 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 dot. Huh, that really brought it to life, didn't it? Alright, I'll take that. Okay, then we'll go ahead and we'll add like something super detailed like that. Some kind of wild relay wire thingy. Okay, oops. Alright, and we'll do a little bit of a value push. We'll add a little bit of a background as well. It kind of desperately needs a background. There's no background here at all. Shoot. I gotta, there's this, oh yeah, caps lock. Caps lock controls like whether or not it shows you your brush outline or just a little indicator. Alright, this looks pretty solid. Alright, so a couple more small additions. Sorry, it just, you see there's more to be done and you just don't want to stop, right? Or maybe you do kind of want to stop, but you still know that it's there, so you can't stop. How about that? Can't stop. A little bit more accurate, maybe. Alright, so there we go. We got a little nice little snow base. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of a value push. And don't be alarmed, it's going to look a little bit crazy. And yeah, I'm trying to think about where I would do this push at. Alright, let's just do it. Do a regular push. Okay, you know, we need a bigger brush for this kind of wild stuff happening right here. We might keep this, we might not keep this. There's no telling. But there is going to have to be some kind of value push, that's for sure. Alright, we're going to end up like walking in this whole thing, aren't we? Yeah. Which is fine. It's absolutely fine. Because we're going to we have a plan behind it. So, doop, doop. Alright, lock those in as well. Can't leave the radar dish hanging, can we? Nope. Alright, something like that magnitude. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and take my soft brush. That's a hard brush. Let's make the soft version of that. Do something like that. There we go. And maybe down here. Alright, make that a little bit lighter. There we go. Alright, not too bad. Not too bad. Maybe we need a little bit of a less of a push though. Yeah, good balance. Alright, let's go ahead and bring out those light blues a little bit. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that works just fine. Look at that. Alright, maybe we can add a little shadow to this. A little soft shadow, I mean. I thought I was gonna like add some crazy shadows here. Nah, it's not gonna happen. Alright, never mind. We're not gonna add any. It looks a little too wild for me. Alright, but that looks good though. Look at that. Alright. Maybe we can do a little bit of a, allow some of these highlights to shine that we drew earlier, right? Yeah, that looks good. Let's go ahead and add some little highlight pushes. Right there as well. Alright, that looks perfect. We got nice little snow textures going on there. We got some nice stuff going on there. Let's see how much we're overboard here. 48 minutes, alright, so this will be 50 minutes, crazily enough. Alright. I hope it was worth your while though, watching this video. Maybe you learned a couple things, maybe you learned nothing. I'm not 100% sure. Alright, so we can go ahead and do something maybe a little bit lighter on the bottom. There we go. Okay. Alright, you know what, that works. I was thinking about maybe adding a cloud. You know, we'll add a cloud, why not? I usually start with like a light gray, and then I like proceed to have like more of a lighter cloud like this, right? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm still experimenting with clouds. I'm not a master at them by any stretch. In fact, they're pain for me. I do not like drawing clouds. I'd rather draw people than clouds, and that's saying something for sure. Yeah, maybe we'll have some wild clouds. We'll have some more like back here. Start taking up its own space, right? Okay. Oh shoot! I didn't know it was behind the blue back. Oh, I didn't know it was behind the blue background at all. What are you gonna do? I guess. All right. Okay, those are some goofy looking clouds, but they will do for now. Alright, the clouds are, they're okay. I think I can do a couple things to them. Let's do a couple quick, just like little. Let's take this brush. Do a couple little cloud indication things, you know, like it looks like a cloud. Make it look a little bit more like a cloud, I mean. Okay. Alright. Maybe not that one. Alright, you know what? We'll just stick with this cloud up there. Not these ones. These ones are a bit just they don't look like they fit. Probably because I added atmospheric perspective to them when I really probably shouldn't have. What are you gonna do though? Anyways. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna add a little bit more of just another cloud push right here. Maybe I'll add, maybe the cloud can be like that. It can be kind of like behind and overflowing a bit. Alright, you know what, we'll stick with that. People might mistake it for snow though. I don't think so. The snow is a different color. Okay, let me add just a couple more things. Yeah, if there's a brush for clouds, it's definitely not this one. I'll tell you that right now. Definitely not this one. But, you know, this brush isn't too bad for clouds either. I don't know. Probably just me not understanding how to draw clouds too well. What are you going to do, though? Alright, so. Alright, that looks okay. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of a... How is that hidden? I don't know. That's weird. Alright. How do I merge these things? See, I can't merge layers. It only lets me merge visible for some reason. Hold on. Alright. Lets me do it that way, but it doesn't let me do it. Okay, there we go. Alright, so let me go ahead and a little bit of a lighter push over here. Shoot, that's a little bit too bright. Make it like snow, right? Have some. Okay, this is not good. This is gonna create this painting into something else if I do it wrong. I would have let snow. All right, let me just do that again, except with a little bit less of such a push. All right, that's you know, that works. So there you go. Zoomed in for you. There we go. We have a little science center with some clouds, a couple really, really tiny people. Yeah, and I hope you enjoyed watching this. I enjoyed making it. If you want, I have a previous video of how to draw like a military spaceship, which is pretty okay. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope to see you again.